Good morning, family. This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you all are doing well. People who are up right now, hope you're doing well. It's a little after 5 in the morning out here. I believe it's like almost 10 after 5 here. I just got home about a couple hours ago. It's a long night. There was issues with the subway system, our transit system, BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit. It was a power outage at 3 in the afternoon on Saturday, so it shut down three stations. Therefore, I had to catch a Transbay bus, a bus from downtown San Francisco to downtown Oakland. Wait about 25 minutes for another bus from downtown Oakland, right around the corner from where I live. Therefore, that's just why I'm getting home 2 hours. I got home 2 hours ago. So it was a long, long night slash morning. This is why I'm still up. But while I'm up, it was just something on my mind. I saw a video that Judge Joe Brown tweeted on X. It was a brother from Detroit, my hometown. I think his name is Anton Daniels. He was on a Zoom call and he was saying that the reason why, and it was a sister on there that said the reason why she's voting for Kamala Harris is because she's a black woman. She literally said this. She said she's voting for Kamala Harris because she's a black woman. Hmm, that's interesting. We know that Kamala isn't black. She's Jamaican Indian. She identifies more with her mother's ethnicity than she does her father. She doesn't have a good relationship with her father. Wonder why? She never mentions him. Hmm, very interesting. But she's a mama's girl. Mother's from southern India. That's what she identified. East Asian. She's Asian American. She's a woman of color. Not black, but a woman of color. So there that is. She's not black. Not definitely not foundational black American. So that's not up for debate. You can say whatever you want. She pledged, AKA, I get it. That doesn't mean she's foundational black American. As a matter of fact, she didn't even grow up in the United States. She grew up in Canada. She was born in Oakland, but her formative years were in Canada. So there's that too. But the sister told on the Zoom call says she's voting for Kamala Harris because she's a black woman. And Anton Daniels pretty much told her, he said, when are we going to learn that racial, I'm sorry, identity politics hasn't worked for us. We did that back in 2008 with Obama. He did 2 terms. And what did black people get out of those 2 terms? Did he do anything for us? Did we receive any tangibles when Barack Obama was president of the United States? Those 8 years? No, we did not. Not one tangible. Who benefited from his presidency though? The alphabet community, the LGBTQ plus IA community benefited tremendously from his time in office. Especially his second term, because that's when he signed the Marriage Equality Act or wherever the hell that was in 2015. Now, mind you, he signed that after that massacre at the Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Did It was so insidious and it pissed a lot of us off, especially me and my loved ones. You signed this bill the very week of that massacre when that devil, that I'm not gonna say his name on here, but y'all know who he is, that terrorist devil walked in that church. Those people prayed for him. And what did he do in return? He murdered all non-parishioners, including the pastor. They went on a manhunt for this devil. 24-hour manhunt. They found him 12 hours later, 12, where however long that manhunt was. They found him in the woods of North Carolina. And what did they do? They put a bulletproof vest on this terrorist, uncivilized skunk and took him to Burger King to get a Whopper. I'm not making this up. They took this terrorist, uncivilized rat piece of shit, put a bulletproof vest on him, took him to Burger King to get a Whopper after he murdered 9 black people. Not making this up, you could look this up. And Obama went to the funeral, went to the church, the Emmanuel AME church, to speak at the homegoing service of those who were some of those who were murdered. And he sung "Amazing Grace" in the pulpit. And right after that, he signed legislation for the LGBTQ plus IA community to get marriage equality, to marry who they love. After 9 black people were mowed down in a church, he gave us the middle finger. Y'all could say what you want, make fun of me, disagree with me. That's fine. That's your right. But the facts are the facts. The facts are the facts. Obama, that's right. Barack Obama, because he acted like a hoe when it came to us, but was so generous when it came to everybody else. He gave us the middle finger. He gave us both middle fingers and told us to get the Bozak. Am I right or am I absolutely right? Before I continue, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications I want to do videos on here. That's what he did. So insidious. This happened in June 2015. I would never forget it. And that very same month, Newsweek, I think it was Newsweek magazine, came out they came out with their magazine with Obama on the cover of it, and he had a rainbow colored halo around his head, and they said America's first gay president. Y'all could look this up. I believe it was Newsweek. I don't believe it was Time. I believe it was Newsweek magazine. They had Obama on the cover with a rainbow halo around his head and said America's first gay president. Not making this up. You can look this up. They said that after he signed that marriage equality bill, or whatever the hell that bill was. But black people, we voted for Obama. I myself voted for him, so I'm guilty too. I voted for him in 2008. That was my very first time ever voting. Ever voting. I said, as a black man running, this country is finally on the right track. This is how gullible I was. Like many of us. Like I said, yours truly was gullible. I was 32 years old. It was 16 years ago. First time I voted, I saw a black face. I was just mesmerized, like many of us were, if we're being honest. And I voted Barack Obama. I voted for Barack Obama. First term, okay, trying to get Obamacare, what so have you. He killed Bin Laden over in Pakistan. What else happened? Hillary Clinton tricked him into destroying Libya and committing a war crime against Muammar Gaddafi. That was in the spring of 2011. The Benghazi debacle. Y'all remember that? Benghazi. This happened all on Obama's first term. He did more bombing campaigns on the African continent than any president in U.S. history. Look that up too. Brother Muammar Gaddafi, may Allah be pleased with him, was a friend to the foundation of Black Americans here in America. He was a friend to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He loved the Nation of Islam. He loved black people. As a matter of fact, Brother Gaddafi wanted to gift Minister Farrakhan and the NOI $1 billion back in 1996. But y'all president, y'all first black president, Bill Clinton, blocked it. He blocked the minister from receiving that $1 billion gift. That gift was to help black people, for help the black community. It was going to be our economic recovery. Go to communities, help people start businesses. But y'all first black, so-called first black president, Bill Clinton, feel good Bill, Phil Clinton, blocked it. He blocked it because he said we won't. It was, I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much we won't accept. We won't allow any Americans to accept gifts from terrorists. But y'all get money from Israel or y'all send money to Israel and also get money from Israel every goddamn year since 1948. Y'all was getting money from the Saudis. All these terrorist governments, Great Britain, France, pick one. But brother Muammar Gaddafi wanted to do something for black people here in the United States, and that devil, Bill Clinton, blocked it. But that's another story for another day. But Hillary Clinton tricked Obama, pretty much told Obama when she was Secretary of State, you will kill Muammar Gaddafi, and laughed about it. They did that because Muammar Gaddafi told America, F you, and get the Bozak. Told Britain and France that too. All America and her allies. He told them, fuck y'all. Y'all could get the Bozak. They didn't like it. Libya was the richest country on the African continent. Gaddafi wanted African leaders to come together and for Africa to have their own currency. Kind of like Europe has the euro, he wanted Africa to do the same thing. They didn't like that. If America and the euro can be involved, no, it's a no go. And Gaddafi was like, this is our continent, this is our business. Libya was was close was the closest thing to a real Wakanda. That's real talk. Libya was the closest thing to a real Wakanda. Real talk. United States had to meddle in their business, kill Gaddafi, create a civil war, pit one side against the other, take out brother Gaddafi, and now steal the gold, steal all the resources because Libya has gold, has oil. It's a rich country. Well, it was a rich country. Now it's a slave colony. It's a quagmire. It's one of the poorest countries in Africa. Libya is a shit show now. And we could thank Obama for that. This is real talk. I know this is kind of veering off in that field, but I'm going to bring it back. I promise you. So just stay with me. But, you know, we ignore that. I'm guilty of it. 2012 come around. We vote Obama back into office for a second term. What happened after that second term? Just what happened? Did black people receive any tangibles? Excuse me. What happened after that second term? Every time you turned around, young black males, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray, Mike Brown, they were getting murdered. It did not matter who, where it was happening. It was black women too, because I just mentioned Sandra Bland, Atiana Jefferson down in, I think, Fort Worth, Texas, was playing video games with her cousin, and someone had called to do a welfare check, and the cops opened fire. Or some, it was just, it was sad. Every week you turned on the TV, you heard about another black man or woman being murdered. Philando Castile, Alton Sterling. All these murders are going on under Obama's second term, under his watch. Did he hold the police departments accountable? No. Oh, who was the attorney general? Eric Holder, a black man from Queens. I knew a guy where I was working at, a building I was working at. I knew a great older OG, great brother. He grew up with Eric Holder. They went to elementary school together in Queens back in the um, early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Spoke highly of, he said, they were little kids, of course, but Eric Holder didn't do a goddamn thing. They did not hold these police departments accountable. They did not do it. Obama did not do it. Every time you turned around, a black man was being shot. And you had, like, again, Sandra Bland down in Texas, Atiana Jefferson also in Texas, Trayvon Martin. It was ridiculous. Then you had the massacre down in Charleston, South Carolina at the Emmanuel AME Church that I spoke of earlier in this video. Could y'all imagine if that was if those are Jewish people being murdered like that? What would Obama have done? Could you imagine if those were LGBTQ plus IA people that were getting murdered? What would Obama have done? Those were Asians getting murdered like that. What would Obama have done? He would have passed legislation, anti whatever bill for them. He would have made goddamn sure they got tangibles. But what did he do for black people? Nothing. Nothing at all. No tangibles. This is going back to my point. Kamala Harris, it's going to be the same thing. She's not going to get any tangibles for black people. She already said, she said 4 years ago, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm going to do something specifically for black people. No. The video was out there. Young lady who was interviewing her. The video was like 2 minutes long. She asked her, what about reparations? She said, whatever is going to benefit black families is going to benefit America. That's a goddamn lie. Obama said the same thing. The rising tide lifts all boats, or whatever that dumb shit was. The same thing Reagan said, trickle down economics. They just use different language, but it's the same talking points from the right and from the left. She's not gonna do a goddamn thing for black people. I can tell you that now. And people talking about some, well, she didn't criminalize. That's a myth. That's a lie. That she criminalized black men. That no, that is not a lie. That is not a lie. People saying that so you could. They're trying to trick y'all to make her seem like she's a saint. This heifer sent many a black man to jail, to prison, to the gulags for marijuana convictions. That is not a lie. That is a fact. She also criminalized black women for their children being truant from school. I personally know two black women that she sent to jail over truancy charges. These women were single mothers. They couldn't find anyone to watch their children, didn't trust family members, so they kept them from school. It's I need to work. I have to keep my child from school, but can't find a babysitter. They were in a conundrum. What did this bitch do? She sent him to prison or sent him to jail. Excuse me, not prison, but to jail, and then laughed about it. This is a wicked woman, but she's a black face. She knows K dot lyrics. She only know what 3 words. Not like us. She smoked weed in the '80s while listening to Tupac. Tupac was 12 years old when his witch was in college. 11, 12 years old when she was in college. She's 7 years older than Pac. When she was 18, Pac was 11. Pac wasn't even rapping at that time. He was listening to rap, not making records. The brother didn't come out with his first record until 1991. And those of us who know hip hop know what the first name of the album was. Tupacalypse Now. Came out November 1991. I should know about the cassette. So stop it with the lies. I listen to Too Short. No, you locked up brothers who look like Too Short. Chucks and Pearls. I watched my. I shared a. I tweeted a video on X yesterday where this this hoe, this trick said that she washes greens in the bathtub. I am not lying. It's I shared this video on X. She actually said that she washes collard greens in the bathtub. What black person do you know washes collard greens in their goddamn bathtub? Please tell me. That is fucking disgusting. But niggas sit up here and they fall for it. They fall for this shit. What is it gonna take? If you want to vote for uh, Kamala because you agree with whatever her policies are, she hasn't said what her policies are. But if that's who you feel like voting for, that's fine and dandy. If you want to vote for Donald Trump because you believe in his policies, that's fine and dandy. But also remember this, black people. Also remember this. I'm talking to black people. I could care less what white people do. I could care less what Hispanics do. I could care less what the LGBTQ plus IA do. I could care less. This isn't hate. It's not hate. I just don't care what y'all do because y'all don't care what we do. Well, y'all do to a certain extent, but right now I don't care. I don't care. But I do care about my people, and I'm telling my people, you have an option to withhold your vote. I'm not telling you to do it. Vote for whomever you want to. That's your right as an American citizen. However, I want you to remember that you also have the right to withhold your vote if you feel that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are not doing anything. You don't agree with either one of their policies, and you feel they're not going to do anything for us. You can withhold your vote. You don't have to vote for the lesser of two evils. That is some dumb, ignorant bullshit. There is no such thing as the lesser of two evils. Like there isn't a such thing as a little white lie. Stop letting people tell you this. Stop letting people scare you. Stop letting them do it. You have the option to withhold your vote. Dr. Boyce Watkins tweeted something on X earlier where he said studies show that when people do a where they protest and withhold their votes, it makes the politicians pay attention because they're like, whoa, okay. So you don't have to vote for either of these people. If you want to, that's fine, but you're not required to. And no, our ancestors did not die for us to have a right to vote. That's another lie. They died for us to have a right to be free. And Lord knows that voting for a politician does not guarantee you freedom. Because if that was the case, we would have been free a long time ago. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the videos on here. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Jess. Jesse one. Good morning, sister. How you doing? Thank you for dropping in. Angela Miss Nasty Nate. Ha ha ha. Right. I was shot 100 times by the police. Oh, I'm not. It's been so many police killings until I just know a few. I know I left out Eric Gardner. Brother Eric Gardner in New York was choked to death on video for selling Lucy cigarettes. He said, I can't breathe. And an NYPD choked this man to death. That was another death that happened under Obama. The child was shot 100 times. If anyone know, put it in the chat because I think I may know, but again, it's been so many killings. I named a few, but it's been a lot more than that. So if anyone knows, Angel the Messenger's question, answer to her question, please put it in the chat. It'd be greatly appreciated. Family members we never talked about things like this. I'm pretty much on my own. Yeah, I feel you. I'm in the same boat. You're not don't feel like the Lone Ranger. I'm in the same boat too. Thank y'all for tuning in, by the way. And Jesse, one I did say good morning to you. Okay, just want to cover all bases. Don't want to ignore y'all. So, but yeah, we just got to get out of this identity politics because we don't black. I love my people, so it's hard for me to say this, but they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We're the most insane people on this planet. It's we're the most excuse me, we're the most insane people on this planet because we vote every 4 years. My cousin said something insightful. He said, "I hate leap years," and I say, and yeah, I do too. Leap years slash presidential selection. I mean, election years. Excuse me. I hate them too because I thought it was bad 4 years ago. I thought it was bad 4 years before that. But 2024 is insane. It's like we're living in a twilight zone. We're so stuck on symbolism. We see a black face. Oh, y'all, they for us. They our savior. They gonna free us. They gonna fight oppression. They gonna fight Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he the bad man. Donald Trump, him a bad man. Him evil. Y'all make Donald Trump seem like he the Joker, or he that, or he's freaking Doctor Doom. Like Donald Trump is the most evil white man ever in human history. Donald Trump didn't exterminate 6 million Jews. Donald Trump didn't um, take land from the Native Americans and give them blankets with smallpox and marching from Florida to Oklahoma. Y'all like this is the Donald Trump didn't enslave black people. I'm not sitting up here tap dancing for the cracker. Yes, Trump is a devil. I'm gonna say that again. Yes, Trump is a devil. He's a racist. But at least with Trump, What you see is what you get. He tell you flat out. Oh, and I say he's a devil because he said if he gets elected, he wants to give police full immunity. So what happened to Sister Sonia Massey 3 weeks ago? He'll let the cops off of that. He said in Minnesota yesterday at his rally that I fully back the blue. I fully back them. I back the blue. I back them. So you know what that means. But hold on, Saint Ho, I mean Saint Kamala. She's no walk in the park either. She's not going to be a savior because she's going to work with the police. She's law and order too. That's why I say, that's why I said a few minutes ago, if you don't like neither one of these candidates, you could sit this one out. And I'm sitting this one out like I did 4 years ago because I ain't like Trump or Biden. And Kamala Harris is so damn fake. Do y'all remember during the 2020 presidential debates, she called Joe Biden a racist? Do y'all remember that? She called Joe Biden a racist when she was getting her ass kicked in the debates, and her campaign was taking on water. She dropped out, and what happened next? Joe Biden selected her to be his running mate. Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when she called Joe Biden racist? But now oh, oh, Joe, oh. She's faker than a BBL. She can't be trusted. Wasn't she the czar of wasn't she supposed to take care of the border? How did she do that? I mean, how good of a job has she done doing that? How's that working out? You have people coming across here, coming into this country illegally by the millions, by the millions. Chicago, New York City, they're building, they are building, and I have videos of this and there's proof of this. They are building housing for illegal immigrants. You have people on the street, homeless people, Americans, veterans, people who fought for this nation, who are sleeping on the street. I see it here in the San Francisco Bay Area every day. LA is a shithole. Seattle, all these homeless people on the streets in the American cities, especially out here on the West Coast. I haven't been to Portland, but I hear Portland is a shithole too. I had a couple of people tell me about Portland. And if it's anything like Seattle, then I don't want to go. I don't even want to go to Portland. I don't even want to go to the state of Oregon. Oregon has a dubious distinction with black people. That's another video for another day, though. Yes, New York. I was in New York in February for my birthday, James. And yes, I remember me and my wife, we were in Midtown Manhattan. We were going, where were we going? We were going to Brooklyn. We were taking the subway to Brooklyn. And we walked to the subway station. We literally had to walk in the street because they stopped picking up garbage in New York. And James, if you're from New York, you probably can speak to this. They had these big industrial sized bags of garbage on the street, piled up 3, 4 feet high, lined up down the street. You can't even walk on the sidewalk in New York We had to walk in the street. I did 3 videos in New York, and I said Eric Adams ought to be ashamed of himself. It doesn't make any damn sense. You got bags of garbage on the street, on the sidewalk. Pedestrians can't even walk on the goddamn sidewalk. They gotta walk in the street. Me and my wife literally had to do this. They stopped trash pickup in New York because they spending billions of dollars on these illegal immigrants to house illegal immigrants. We thankfully we didn't see a monster rat down. You see them rats? If y'all ever been in New York, have you seen those rats? Those rats are the size of chihuahuas. It's scary. I was praying that we wouldn't see a rat. I was scared we would probably get bit. But that goes what I'm saying. Goes what I'm speaking to. They stopped trash pickup in New York City. New York is a beautiful city, but it's going to the rats, and it's sad. LA the same thing. LA been that way. I hate LA anyway. LA is a shithole. It's always been a shithole as far as I'm concerned. I was in Seattle a year and a half ago. Well, about 2 years ago. Same thing. Tacoma, Washington, which is right across from Seattle. Same thing. Chicago. I told you that it's ridiculous. And if Kamala Harris gets elected, she's going to do the same thing. She's gonna give tangibles to illegal immigrants, and black people are going to be looking stupid. Oh, what happened? But we voted for you. Oh, thank you for your votes. That dumbass laugh. Thank you for your votes, but I'm gonna allow this family from El Salvador or from Mexico or Guatemala to come in. They didn't come. They came here illegally, but they could get whatever they want. It's happening right now in real time. I don't know why people do not see this. Black people, stop it with the identity politics. Stop it because it has not worked. It hasn't worked in Chicago with Brandon Johnson. It did not work with his predecessor, Lori Lightfoot. It hasn't worked for Karen Bass out in LA. It hasn't worked with Eric Adams in New York City. I don't think it's worse than working with what's her name, Sherelle Parker. Is that her name? Sherelle Parker in Philly. She was just elected, I believe, this year because the mayor of Philly was an Irishman named Jim Kenney. I think his name was Kenny. But now Philly has a black mayor, a black woman as mayor. Congratulations, Philly. I guess. And I don't think identity politics is working there either. It hasn't worked in Atlanta. I forgot the name of their mayor. Um, it hasn't worked in San Francisco with London Breed. I see that just about on a daily basis. It does not work. This shit is an epic failure. Stop it with these identity politics. Stop it because these black faces are telling you they're not for you. They're for everybody else. If you're a legal immigrant, if you're part of the alphabet community, or if you're Jewish, Ukrainian, whatever, then they have empathy for you. But black people, they want to sit up here and tell you, get out and vote, get out and vote, 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 vote. Take your souls to the polls, take your booties to the polls. No voting, no vucking. That dumb shit. This is what they want to tell you. They want to sit up here and chide you for not voting. Vote blue no matter who. Or apparently what. It's crazy. But we sit up here and we fall for it. It seems like I'm repeating myself in all these videos that I do. I sound like a parrot. It's just it's absolutely asinine that we keep doing the same shit over and over again. What is it going to take? They are telling you they're not for you. Identity politics do not work. It does not work. What's the mayor? What's up, God? My brother from Atlanta is here. Thank you for tuning in, God. I'm doing good, man. Thank you for tuning in. Well, who's the mayor of Atlanta? Since you're on here and you live in Atlanta, who's the current mayor of Atlanta? I forgot his name. What is that brother's name? Oh, I forgot his name. But in any event, Andre Dickens. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my brother. Andre Dickens. Identity politics has not worked in Atlanta. And you could speak to that because me and you have had this conversation a lot. And speaking of homelessness, I was in Atlanta last October for the All Black National Convention. I was, I couldn't believe what I saw in Atlanta. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. They're doing everything in Atlanta for white people now, the alphabet community, and they're displacing black people in Atlanta. I saw with my own eyes. My brother told me about it, but I saw it in real time. What I saw in Atlanta was bad. I just couldn't believe it. I already spoke about New York. I was there in February. Identity politics does not work. I saw it. It did not work in Atlanta. I saw that last October. I saw it doesn't work in New York. It hasn't worked in Chicago. It hasn't worked in LA. It hasn't worked in San Francisco. It hasn't worked in Seattle or whatever. I think their mayor is black. It doesn't work. It didn't work those 8 years that Obama was president, and it's not going to work with Kamala Harris. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Call me a hater, saying I'm hating on a black woman who ain't black. Ain't that crazy? It's not going to work. She's going to do more for immigrants. What? And another thing, what are her policies? She never said what her policies are. Oh, yes, she did. Killing babies. She want black women to have the right to kill their babies. Oh, I'm sorry, abortion. I want black women to have the right to an abortion because the government doesn't have the right to tell a woman what to do with her body. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. The government doesn't have a right to tell a person what to do with their body. The federal government, when the federal government gets involved in telling people what to do, it doesn't solve problems. It create more problems. Am I right or am I absolutely right? When this government try to tell people how to solve their problems, it creates more problems. Let the states handle abortions. The 10th Amendment. Let it be up to the states. If it's legal if it's illegal in Georgia, but South Carolina is legal there, then take your ass to South Carolina and get an abortion if that's what you want to do. Me personally, I'm against abortion. I'm a Muslim. I'm against it. My faith doesn't allow it. I understand in the case of rape or incest, that's a whole different story. But this abortion issue is a conundrum. It's a conundrum. Morally, I'm against it. Morally, but leave that up to the states. Again, like if a state like Michigan allows it, but Ohio doesn't, then go to Michigan and get an abortion. But this is only thing. The only thing that she concerns her with black women is that they had a right to kill their babies. They had a right to kill their unborn babies. This is what she's fighting. This is the hill that she's fighting on. The right for black women to have the right to kill their own unborn babies. The right for illegal immigrants to come here and flood the country and bankrupt our cities. The right to tell black people that she ain't gonna do nothing specifically for us. eh, Reparations. Do y'all think she gonna push for an anti-black hate crime bill? Hell no. It's gonna be business as usual. She gonna be beholden to Israel like every other president. Trump too. But come on, I mean, we gotta wake up and smell the coffee, the tea, the something. Wake up and smell something. Smell the toes. Smell something because we falling asleep and it's sad. Hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. We got to get out of these identity politics. We really do. And also mentioned on here, what are her qualifications? Yeah, okay. She was the district attorney out here where I live in Alameda County. Across the bridge, she was the district attorney of San Francisco County. Then she was attorney general of the great state of California. Then she became senator of this great state of California and then vice president. She moved up the ladder pretty quick. I can't speak to how she became AG and senator and vice president, but what I can say is that when she was attorney general, she got on got on her knee, put on her knee pads, got on her knees, and blessed Willie Brown. No lie, no cap. This is real talk. Kamala, Saint Kamala, put on her knee pads, got on her knees, and blessed Willie Brown. That's how she came. That's how she climbed up the political ladder out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's well known knowledge out here. It's well known. That's real talk. She had to slob some knobs. Excuse me for being graphic. My apologies, ladies. I'm sorry. Forgive me, but the truth is the truth. So what Kamala Harris really is doing, she's giving hope to side pieces and hoes everywhere. Because when she was dating Willie Brown and she was doing sexual favors for him, he was still married. Granted, he was separated, but he was still married. This is real talk. And it's common knowledge out here in the Bay Area too. She was he is he's 30 years her senior. So This is in the early 90s, so she was like 30, 31. He was 60 or 61 years old because it's a 30-year difference. So while she was providing sexual favors, she was his side piece. This man was still married. Granted, he was separated from his wife, but that doesn't mean he was divorced. He was still married. So what she's done, again, she's given hope and inspiration to side pieces and hoes everywhere that one day you could be a presidential candidate. So congratulations, Kamala Harris. What Too Short say? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife? Well, hell, you sure could turn one into a presidential candidate. So marinate on that. On that note, I'm gonna hop off of here. I think I said enough. I think y'all get the point. Share this video, share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. Let's have the conversation. Let it go viral. Make it go viral. Drop your comments in the chat or when I post this video. I would love to hear what y'all think. Love to hear your thoughts. We don't have to agree. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. In our disagreements, let's use logic and respect, not emotion and disrespect. We agree on that? Let's please respectfully do that, please. But share the video, make it go viral. Um, Love to hear what y'all say. I may, I provided facts. Maybe it's something that I missed or I may be wrong on. Whatever. Support this YouTube channel. Brother can't do it without y'all love and support. So please, 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 please support this YouTube channel. Support my podcast. Please. I need y'all love and support. Sisters as well as brothers, y'all be safe out here. You saw what happened to Sister Sonia Massey in her own home. We saw what happened to Brother Roger Fortson 3 months ago in his own apartment. That was the Air Force senior, the Air Force service member, Air Force member who was murdered unjustly in his apartment in Florida. That happened back in April. I did a video on that too. Just be safe. Be safe. We're not even safe in our own home. Satan wants to kill us where we sleep. Bad enough it's rough out here in the streets, but in your own home, you would think you would be safe there, but no, you're not. So just beware and be aware because Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.